महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
Suppose this you apply for a job. It's an ideal job for you. There are 100 others who have applied for it. And the job position is one. One is going to get it in a competitive world. Other 99 are going to lose. So at the cost of 99, you are going to win. And you get the job and you gloat over and you celebrate and you throw a party or whatever and you are happy. And these 99 are hurt and some of them very badly wanted this job. Some of them are definitely, so they deserve this job more than you. So you pulled wires and you wrote your this the CV curriculum. You see, there is a certain way of presenting that. You presented your curriculum vitae and see so nicely. They got impressed before you went. On paper itself is so impressive. The other fellow has got more qualification but not impressive. We send it like one paper and then date of birth, name, date of birth, address, phone number, email number, and what all he studied, the age. And here in India, you have to say that caste, Hindu or the religion, and you have to say all that. Then afterwards you give all the other things, whatever you studied, all in one paper, which is the correct thing really. Because you don't want all the details in this. Then some experience, whatever you have got, one paper is enough. But then, it's not taken seriously. You must, there should be not too lengthy a book you write, and you just make it look very heavy, okay? Very big and then good enough. And there is a certain way of presenting its beauty. Why you want this job? Why you chose our company? Why do you apply for this? I apply for a job. And that's how, what's the big deal? Why you want to do this? Oh, I want to improve your company. So they will write something, some bluff they will write. So this is how you have to write. And it's all, there is a certain research there also. And there are some people who will write your curriculum vitae. That is his profession. He will write and give you clean, for some money. And now, what I say, the other person deserves it, and also that person requires it more badly than you do. But then you win, and the other doesn't. And therefore, so it's not win-win situation. It is always win-loss situation. When you being a human being, when you think about those people who didn't have this chance, then you have to empathize. Then we learn how not to empathize. You empathize first, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. This is a competition. Before I took this very seriously, took this pursuit, even during the pursuit, I had one friend. So this fellow, we used to go to a cave, a hill in the cave, and then not romantic, spiritual romanticism. So like you people have, and I also had that. The only thing is I can talk about romanticism, but you won't understand that now unless you go through the same thing and found yourself foolish afterwards. And so I used to go to this hill and then sit there in meditation. Cave, there was a cave, Veldimalai. There was a cave, 100 miles from Chennai. You go by bus, then walk 5 miles, and then go to this cave and sit there in meditation. And there was another fellow with me, Deshikan. He was a friend, and he was also doing the same thing. He used to sit and I used to sit for hours, and then we come back and there was one Swami. He won't talk. Very, 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 very strict disciplinarian yogi and good diet and all that, a very clean person. And we used to meet him, have sit with him and all. And this fellow was a devotee. And he is also a businessman. Then he was selling all these electrical goods and fittings for wiring, these conduit pipes and things like that. And then he tells me casually, then he tells how he will sell his, how, I asked him perhaps, well, how do you push your business, how do you sell and how do you get your clientele, all that, So you have to submit quotations and things like that. So I will submit quotation, and then they all you have to quotation. Your quotation should be low, and therefore you have to cut down the price. And then how will you make money now? And we won't give the same thing. Then we will give something else. What we quote, we don't give. We will give something else, and then will they not ask? Hey, asking fellow will give them some money. And he just, hey, can you do this? I was so surprised. Can you do all this? This is how business is done. Yeah, what about your spiritual pursuit, dharma and all that? Hey, this is one thing, that is another thing. This is how, the first time I heard, what is business? This is a business is business. Your spiritual pursuit is spiritual pursuit. You think this is another avocation. Very, honestly, I was very surprised. Hey, we are living in some world. That's competition. And therefore, what I say is that whatever, so we have anesthetized ourselves. Business is business. Competition, you cannot think about all these things. Naturally, you have to think. Therefore, there is sannyasa. Why sannyasa, please understand. So, sannyasi is a non-competitor. He is a hobo. He has dropped out of competition. No problem, there is no competitor. What about sadhus also compete with each other? For what? For what? To have more disciples and things like that. He is not a sadhu. He is a disciple Mongol. He wants gurudom. So kings have got kingdoms, gurus have got gurudoms. And therefore he is a gurudom. He is dumb. That's not at all. That cannot be the sadhu. Don't use the word sadhu. There is no competition. The only competition is the length of beard. There is no competition. If somebody asks me, if I want all your disciples come to me, please take them. I will tell them, take them. I will recommend. Please go. But you have to teach. You have to teach and teach consistently, and 3 classes a day, and satsang, morning meditation, and you should do it with enthusiasm. And you should do it properly. And you can't compromise. Can you do that? Yeah, I will do that. All right, take them. Thank you. I've got a lot of things to do. Take them. It's all yours. Take them. But they should come to you also, Even the cows, sometimes you sell the cows, they come home again. Therefore, in sannyasa, the vow that the sannyasi takes is a total 100% commitment to ahimsa. I don't compete hereafter. Even gods are told, gods mean devatas. They are all in different positions. All of them told, I don't vie for your post anymore. Don't think that I am a competitor. In the society also, no more competition. And you call the various life forms on this planet and tell hereafter, without fear, vina bhayam, without fear, and caused by me, you can relax and live. Mad bhayam vina. So, nor I am afraid of you, nor you are afraid of me. That's a principle. That works like that. Even dushta jantus don't do anything. Huh? You have no fear and then there is no problem. But if you have fear, they will detect that. They have got inbuilt sense of some smell, and fear is there, some kind of gland here gets activated and something comes out and it picks up the smell, and therefore people attack you before you attack. That is the original. Offense is the best defense. Because if you allow the other to be offending to you, and then you will get offended, you may get killed in the process. And therefore, the best form of defense is offense. That's what people do. So no fear, then only you can follow ahimsa. Otherwise it's not possible. So a sannyasi is not afraid of tomorrow. Today itself is bhiksha. Tomorrow also is a bhiksha. But you will be afraid, concerned about bhiksha if you have rules about bhiksha. If you are a Danda Swami, Dandi Swami, not Danda Swami, I'm sorry. So Dandi Swami. So you have got a Danda. Then what will you do? You can eat only in a Brahmin house. And therefore Brahmin house they should call. And there should not be any death for 1 year. They should be free from So this bereavement, that also you have to see. And then husband and wife should not quarrel. If they quarrel, you cannot eat. That means you will never get food. And so this husband and wife should not quarrel. And then you cannot eat. And that person should be married and both should live together, and he should not be a single fellow, and she is gone and he cooks for himself and you go there and eat. No. Unless she is there, you cannot ask for food. So she has to give you food. She alone has got the right to give you food. Therefore, widower, no. Widower, he can join you. But no question. So you cannot be a widower for you to eat. So we have got all these rules. The type of food they cook, all this garlic, all these things they should use. So there is a method. All this you have to take with account. Therefore, the Dayananda Swami always worried, tomorrow where will I eat? Tomorrow where will I eat? Tomorrow where will I eat? Therefore, when you become a Swami, throw the danda. Go to throw it in Ganga. Therefore, that problem also is none. Where am I eating? Am I eating in a Brahmin house? Or even come on, as long as it is vegetarian, eat the food. What you eat, you eat. What you don't eat, don't bother. No judgment. Eat. Yadricha, lavasantushtaha, dondvatitaha, vimatsaraha. This is a special word used by Bhagavan. No jealousy. No matsara. Suddenly he brings from such a word, dondvatitaha is such a height. The one who is free from the opposites. The one who doesn't swing to extremes. Who doesn't subject oneself to be controlled by the opposite. If this is there, I will be happy. If this is not there, I won't be happy. That's what is called Dvandva. In the absence of this alone, I can be happy. In the presence of this, I will become unhappy. That is samsara. Dvandvatitaha. So, to both the one who is ishta or anishta, we will talk about this later. Ishta and anishta. What you like, what you don't like, in the wake of both, one who is the same. Well, more or less the same. Well, if he is the same, then he is a stone. So, he is either stone or stoned. Therefore, so it is more or less the same. Samatvam yoga uchite. Later, we will discuss that. When I say later, it is going to come later. So it's not that like professor saying, later we will see, because he cannot deal with the subject matter and he himself doesn't know. This lesson, let us not worry about it. Now, we will decide, we will talk about it later, after the whole course is over. And then, the students, of course, they forget about it. And one fellow will be there, the front desk fellow, with the thick glasses. And that fellow will ask, "Sir, you said that you will talk about it later, the lesson 22. So will you talk about it? Don't worry, it's too late now. And if any question comes, you just leave it, don't worry about it." Because this fellow doesn't know. This is all teacher's problem. When I say that I will talk about it later, I am going to talk about it later because I know there are topics there. So it will come. come along with that. And so, a sannyasi is committed to total ahimsa. And in life, of course, when you live in a society which is given to competition, especially modern day competition, it's a war that is going on. The Pepsi and Coca-Cola, both of them want to have the percentage. Pepsi says, "Dil mange moo," and puts all these pillars and create a bubbly situation. Dil mange moo. See, more is English word. Dil mange is Hindi word. All both the words are Hindi. Dil means heart. My heart, mange, wants, desires more. It wants more Pepsi. And I find this is silly. But the other one is good. Hey, Kanala, this fellow is a real Dada, local Dada. He's a local Dada, he's a big fellow, nice fellow. Nice. He's a, hey, Kanala. And he gives one cool drink. Thanda means cool drink. And he gives a cool drink. Hey, Thanda lao. ये क्या है? ये ठंडा ही है? ठंडा Coca-Cola means you say cold drink means only Coca-Cola, not anything else. ठंडा Coca-Cola. Oh, then he gives Coca-Cola. He takes. Then afterwards he says, he's going. Before going, ठंडा मतलब? That's what I have to answer. He is a local Dada. ठंडा मतलब? Coca-Cola. So he is creating in that fellow's head. Whenever you think of cold drink, you must only think of Coke, nothing else. Coke is real. There was original. The real thing. The real thing is Coke. That's how they bring this word and the object. What? What is going on is what? Making people buy. That's the society. In this competitive society, everybody is allowed to cut others' throat legally, legitimately. And in this society, naturally, in a live, himsa you will do. There will be some kind of indirect himsa. Very rarely may be direct himsa, there will be some direct himsa, there will be some indirect himsa. You can't avoid. And therefore, what do you do? Do something good. But no conscious attempt to hurt anyone. This is possible by deeds, by actions, or by words. These days, or by vibes. You don't say, you vibe. I want you to not take vibes. Don't respond to vibes. Only to words. What about body language? Forget it. Body language sometimes can completely mislead you. Because this fellow was trying to sneeze. Sneezing doesn't come immediately as you begin to feel. And This fellow is trying to bring out the sneeze. And all the contortions are there for sneeze. And that is the time the other person asks some very important question. You have to say yes. But he can't say. And what is seen there is only the contorted face. And then the person reads it. He doesn't need me. This is our conclusion. But the poor fellow wanted to sneeze. And this is called this body language. Forget about this body language. Language is enough. With less areas to respond. Correct? This is called making your life simple. Making your life simple. Simpler living. So don't worry about the body language, just words. That's enough. Less. These vibes are nuisance. So what happened? Oh, you went there, what happened? I don't like the vibes there. What is this? What are these vibes? The vibrations. Vibes with vibrations. This is another problem. This is how you get expanded. And you require many people to shrink that this is not a good thing. So forget about these vibes. Don't use vibes. These words are should be out of your head. And usage. Not necessary. Reality. We are reality people. So less areas have to for you to respond. So we get into problems in this body language. Unnecessary. Only words. That also intentions must be seen. That becomes very obvious. Context will tell that. And you can even ask for explanation, there's no problem. And therefore, so one has to make sure that one doesn't get hurt oneself from others, and others also one doesn't deliberately hurt, or even as a reaction doesn't get hurt. So how to avoid reaction? Another word is there. How to avoid reaction? That you have to operate while interacting with people from another level. Then only you can avoid interaction. Otherwise, mechanical interaction will lead you to hurt. Therefore, the next word is Kshanti. Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa kshanti rajyavam acharyopasanam shaucham sthairyamatma vinigraha.
Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadeva mudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami. Bharata Desha Hitaya Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam Tum Kuru Sevam.